Good morning. It's Wednesday. It's the 15th of July, 2026, and there is so much going on. I'm going to start off by answering a question that came to me yesterday, and this was from an insider who said to me, Charlie, I live in Israel, and what you said is not true. Well, I also have people that are based in Israel, in the military, and civilian. And yes, just because your area wasn't hit by missiles, the people that I've been speaking to, their area was hit. And also, I understand the narrative. I understand propaganda, where people are encouraged not to say negative things about their country, and they're encouraged to say positive things about their country. But this is why we have people on the ground, because when we started this journey, I was hearing stories about Ukraine. People forget the fact that Charlie has friends in Ukraine, all over Ukraine. I have friends in the Donbass region. I have friends in Kiev. I have friends all over. I have friends in Russia. I have friends in China. So when I hear something, I can actually speak to people on the ground. And myself, I'm going myself to the Middle East this week. So I can check for myself. But I'll tell you right now that what I'm putting out is based on fact, not propaganda. So when we put stuff out, we put it out on purpose because we've checked it. And as many people come back and go, but my house didn't get blown up. You just want to thank God that that didn't happen. I remember growing up when the war was going on with the IRA in Ireland. I've since been to Ireland many, many times. And if you lived in the nice part of Belfast, you never even heard a bomb. It was only if you lived in the Falls Road, the Gavaki Road, the council estates in that area that were hit very, very hard, where all the problems were, all the shootings, all the bombings, everything else was all done in a specific area. But Belfast is one city. We were never shown the quiet part of it. We were only shown by media the war that was going on. So I would urge you to be very cautious. There are people out there who are putting out propaganda. And I understand that because I've had an office in the Middle East for 24, 25 years. And they don't like you talking negatively about it. Me personally, I've always been very happy with Dubai. I've had my office there for a long time. I've never, ever experienced anything negative in Dubai. They've looked after me for a long time. It's been a great place to run a business from. However, in other Middle Eastern countries, I can't comment as much because I haven't lived there. I haven't worked there. So just be careful when you hear people go, yeah, and I'll tell you right now also, this is interesting, that somebody who lives in the Middle East, when I spoke to them on the phone, said something very different to what they said to my face. So be careful. It's important that we get the facts out there and we do everything we can. And we use a method of three. We look at three different sources of information: positive, negative, and in the middle, and try and make an educated judgment based on all of the information we're given to you. Morning, Drew.
Good morning, Charlie. Good morning, everyone. First up, the Clarity Act has entered a make or break phase in Washington, with lawmakers racing to reach a vote before Congress breaks for summer recess. A new draft is expected this week, but disputes over crypto ethics rules and stablecoin regulations continue to delay the progress. If the bill fails to advance before August, many analysts believe its chances of passing in 2026 could fail dramatically?
Well, this is all part of the pantomime. And there are things that are going on behind the scenes. And I understand this now better than anybody, that it has to be done slowly, has to be done carefully. Everybody wants it done immediately. But when you do things immediately, you're prone to mistakes. And I can tell you that from personal experience. When I was younger, I used to rush to get it all done, get this done, get that done, get lots of things done. As I've got older, I've had to be more studious, more careful. And I'll tell you what, it doesn't half make a difference. If you do it slowly, you get it right first time. I'll tell you right now, with the Clarity Act, this is the last chance to get it right. They will get it right, and they'll get it right on time. Not on your time, on God's time. My next story is just a reminder. I said to you on Monday, this week is going to be a big, big week for the exposure of the election fraud. It's all going to come out. It's perfect timing for the midterms. And the Democrats are in complete and utter meltdown. It's going to be a very interesting second half of July and beginning of August. There is so much going on right now, but I would urge you, as I did yesterday and the day before, don't live in fear. Do not live in fear, because God has got this won. This is a battle between good and evil. It's not between left and right. It's not between Republican and Democrat or Conservative and Labour. This is between good and evil. True.
Next up, Iraq is approaching a critical economic deadline on July the 27th as negotiations continue over a key oil pipeline agreement with Turkey. The route has become increasingly important for Iraq's energy exports and government revenues, while some analysts have warned of serious economic consequences if talks fail. Most observers believe both sides have strong incentives to reach an agreement. The expectation remains that a temporary extension or revised deal will be secured, avoiding major disruption while long-term negotiations continue.
Well, there's been a long history with Iraq, and of course they're neighbours of Iran. It's like brothers. And most people who have a brother, like I did have, God rest his soul, brothers fight non-stop. And that's very much the same with Iraq, with Iran. But they are brothers. And there is so much going on as the whole system, not just Iran and Iraq, but the whole system is being reset. We're living through a period that is known as the Great Reset, not the Great Reset that Klaus Schwab created. This is God's reset. This is a very, very different reset. And we're seeing it all unfold. And this is something that, for those people who are awake right now, this might surprise you. You've been put here at this time to help recode the system. Let that sink in. That's why you're here. You're here helping the recoding of the whole world, because it was corrupted. It was completely corrupted. And you might think, well, what am I doing? And I don't know how to recode. God's plan for you is absolutely perfect. But you're here to recode the whole world right now. God has entrusted you with that. I had a very interesting conversation as I flew into England last night from Spain with a lovely, lovely couple, beautiful couple. And it was very interesting when I was explaining what's going on in the world. They were fascinated by that. But it was very interesting also that people switch off very, very quickly, and you can say the wrong thing and they switch off. Normally, people would switch off when you talk about the royal family being paedophiles, or fake landing on the moon, or 9/11. Sometimes that can switch people off, and I get that. But the thing that switched them off yesterday blew my mind. It was the moment I mentioned the fact that I believed in God. And that shows you everything you need to know, that if you don't believe in God, you won't see it. You won't see a thing. But when you do believe in God, you'll see everything. I'll leave you with that thought. On the 15th of July, 2026, have a wonderful day. And we look forward to seeing you this evening on the Insiders Club, where you have the opportunity to ask questions. And I have the opportunity to answer them. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you this evening. Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye.
These are the facts, not put out by mainstream media. If you want to know the truth, we put out the truth every single day, Monday to Friday. So if you want to know the truth, come to charlieward.com and see real news daily. And join the Insiders Club, which is live on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
Global tensions are rising, markets are unstable, and currencies keep losing value. While governments print more money, smart investors are moving into physical gold and silver, assets that have protected wealth for centuries. That's why more people are turning to Charlie's Gold to secure their future before the next financial shakeup hits. Don't leave your wealth exposed. Own something real, own gold and silver. Visit charlies.gold today.